So we just left our campsite at Cayoosh Recreation Site. We had a great stay there. Now we're headed up north on Highway 99 towards Lillooet, and we'll see how things are, what the smoke's like over there, and we'll find a place to stay.
Here's our lunch spot for today. We're along Duffy Lake.
Cayoosh Creek Recreation Site. Doesn't look like there's anybody here. Just coming into Lillooet area, and we can see the wildfire smoke now on the mountains over there. So we've been very lucky so far. Up to this point there was no smoke at all, and this beautiful blue sky. So it's very hot in Lillooet. What's the temperature?
I think it's about 33 right now, but with virtually zero humidity, the ground and everything, it feels a lot warmer. It's supposed to get to 35 today.
Yeah, we're not going to do any walking or hiking at the moment. It's just too hot.
Maybe at midnight.
We're just, the crows are entertaining us. They're arguing over some food.
It doesn't take much to entertain us.
Yeah. So we just dragged ourselves away from our campsite to go for a walk, and it's so hot, and this heat is just sapping our energy. So we're going very slowly. The water is very cold. The rock, in contrast, is very warm.
I'm actually chilly.
Fast way to cool down. We kept the cooking to a minimum today because it's so hot. So just having some simple veggie dogs with kind of a Greek salad and some chips and salsa. Gordon, why are we going up this hill at 7:45 in the evening after dinner?
To make sure I get my 11,000 steps in for the day. And it's steep. Who doesn't like to do steep hills after dinner?
It's steep, but not that long. was a very refreshing way to end the day.
Finally, 11,000 steps. My 7-day average is, I think, 11,800, but it's high simply because there was a hike or two thrown in there.
So we just stopped by Lillooet, Lillooet Town Center, and we got some gas, and we did go to the Fort Barron's Winery, bought a whole bunch of wine, and joined their wine club. It seemed like a good deal, and we got 15% discount, which is great. And we also stopped at the Abundance Bakery, and Gordon got some great treats. And now we're actually heading back towards Whistler. The reason is it's getting smoky here.
We were just chatting to someone who had said that they'd come back from the Cayoosh Creek area yesterday and it was fine, but just looking ahead, there's smoke already moving into the valley. We've got some shots, and it's worse the farther south you go, so the closer you get to the interior, the worse. Southern interior of BC, there's still got a lot of smoke and some fires, so we've decided to turn around.
Yesterday afternoon it was really hot, and we thought
Very hot. We got up to, I think, 37.
and we were a little concerned about the smoke coming this way, so we just logged on and found a site at the Whistler Riverside RV Resort. So we just snagged the site and decided to just spend the night there. We were a little bit concerned that we might not be able to find a site because it's getting close to the August long weekend. Monday's a holiday and today's a Thursday, so we wanted to make sure we had a site snagged for tonight, and we were able to do that. One thing we just wanted to note is that on the highway, the Seton Dam campground, the BC Hydro free campground, it says that it's closed for the season, but don't worry, it is open.
It's open.
And it's still free. And there is somebody there, there's a maintenance person that lives on site, and yeah, and the washrooms are immaculate. There's plenty of toilet paper and hand sanitizer and everything, so it's a great place to stay.
And it's free.
Yeah. So don't worry about the sign saying it's closed. The gate is open. You can just drive in and find a spot.
And we were surprised, even though it was a fairly popular time for travel. There were several sites that were still left open last night, both tenting sites and sites for RVs. So it was nice to see. It's a good place to camp for, well, you could stay there for a long time if you wanted.
Yeah, our neighbors are staying there for a week. And the nice thing is, you know, there's lots of areas you can walk around or hike from the campground, and also you got the nice river, and you can also walk about half an hour to the lake, and you can spend the day on the lake swimming. It's a great place to stay.
We actually picked up, when we were at the winery, we picked up a book on hiking in the Lillooet area, so looking forward to coming back sometime, maybe even later this summer or early fall, and trying a couple of the hikes.
Off we go. We're gonna paddle Duffy Lake.
Morning everyone. We're just out on the mountain bike and walking trails behind, well, out by Lost Lake.
Yeah, behind
Whistler.
our campground.
That's what's so nice about being there. A busy place because obviously there's a lot of other campers and the sites aren't very big, but you're just so close to Green Lake and you're so close to the trails here at Lost Lake that it's just wonderful.
Yeah. We had a really great night last night. We went for dinner at the Table 19 restaurant at the Nichlaus North Golf Club.
Out on their patio.
Golf
It's just
resort.
amazing.
Yeah.
Mountain views, lake views. You've seen us there before and,
Yeah.
and it was just wonderful. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why we popped by here and decided to spend our last night here at Whistler. And also, the other reason is we're usually here the week of our anniversary. It's on August 5th. But we decided this year that we're going to celebrate our anniversary in northern Vancouver Island. So we felt like we kind of missed out on the Whistler experience, so we decided to come by and spend one night.
And we'll probably be back later, and maybe in the September or something, still get up into the mountains. But we really enjoyed our trip at Lillooet, and the only reason we turned around and came back when we did is because it was getting smoky, and so we wanted to avoid the smoke. Sort of all of the southern British Columbia's got a lot of smoke, so
Yeah.
from all the forest fires. So we're back here. You can see her seaplane probably just starting off in the background.
Yeah, and also the ride back on Highway 99 between Lillooet and Whistler, that first portion, or between Lillooet and Pemberton, we'd say, the scenery is amazing, and we don't often take that route south. We usually take it north.
Yeah, we did this time too. We headed north and the scenery was great, but coming back the same way, I'd have to say it's even better. It was just
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Really recommend that road either way. But as Mickey said, driving south from Lillooet to Pemberton was just spectacular. So if you followed our videos, you know, I think the last time we were here, we had a bear just outside of our campsite. And this morning I got up, it was about 6:30, and I went for an early morning walk. I was going to do some exercise. And as I'm walking along the road outside of our camp, there's a bear. It may have been the same one. He was a little bit bigger, mid-sized bear. And he was maybe, I don't know, 30 feet away from me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I just kept walking and went past him. And as I'm walking along, a gentleman comes out of the bathroom that was ahead of me, and he says hello, and then he looks behind me and sees the bear, and the bear is sort of walking behind me, and he doesn't say anything. He just points his hand and finger out, and I just continued, and bear obviously went off on some side tangent. And I get back a little while later, and I'm telling Mickey about the bear, And as I'm talking to her, she said something shaking in the bush outside the window, and we look out the van, and the bear is literally right by the side of our van, like right against the van. And we look out the window, he looks up at us, and then he just saunters away. We got a picture as he just went through the shrubs and things that are by our campsite, and just a little bit of video.
And also when we were at the Lillooet campground, at the Seton Dam campground, the operator also told us that there was a bear and 2 cubs that were spotted on somebody's picnic table who left some food out.
Yes, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. And also there were a couple, I think a cougar and a couple cubs as well. He asked if we'd seen it because we were up walking on the upper bench, and we actually didn't see any animals. But
yeah, which is other than deer. We saw a couple deer.
yeah. Anyway, always a good reminder to put all your things away when you go to sleep.
Especially coolers. Do not leave coolers outside. Bears know that coolers have food in them.
Yeah, and also barbecues and things that have a scent, because they'll be attracted to it, and you end up seeing bears in the campground. So now we're going to finish our walk here on the trails, and then relax and probably head home.
Head home early.
Yeah.
So we had a great trip. I think what was kind of fun about it, at least for me, was the fact we didn't know where we were going to be. And so we had, we just kept driving until it started to look smoky, and we had a great time in Lillooet. I really enjoyed the evening when we went down to the lake and we're swimming around sunset. It was so warm. It was probably about, what, 34?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then it stayed warm all night, actually, maybe too warm, but I sat outside till 11 reading, and it was just beautiful. And even at 2 a.m. it was still 28 degrees, so it was a very toasty evening, but it was really nice. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we are looking forward to our trip to northern Vancouver Island in a few days, and so please stay tuned for upcoming videos for that. And we hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. And we will see you next time on the road.
See you next time.